More than 100 years since a Marysville police officer died in the line of duty. Until today, an officer was shot and killed while executing a search warrant in Yuba County. Now, just moments ago, the police department identified the fallen officer as Osmar Rodarte. The Marysville Police Department shared these pictures of him. He worked with the agency for 2 years, and the shooting happened in Olivehurst off Kestrel Court this morning around 8 a.m. Investigators say the officer was working with the Yuba Sutter Narcotics and Gang Task Force. That unit is called Net 5. They say the group was issuing a warrant as part of a years-long investigation into a transnational drug operation when they were met with gunfire. The suspected shooter was killed, and this afternoon the community showed up to show their support for the fallen officer. A line of law enforcement and other first responders made their way through downtown Marysville. And tonight we do have team coverage in Yuba County tonight from Marysville to the scene in Olivehurst. But first, I want to go out to ABC 10's Luke Clary. He is in Marysville. Luke, we got an update today from law enforcement just hours ago. What else are we learning tonight?
Well, Alex, it's been a sad and somber day here in Marysville among law enforcement officers and ordinary civilians, too. But we are learning more about the circumstances that led up to the shooting this morning and that years-long investigation into transnational drug trafficking organizations. Here's what we know so far. The Yuba Sutter Narcotics and Gang Enforcement Task Force was executing search warrants in 20 locations across Northern California today, and this was one of them, the home on Kestrel Way in Olivehurst. The Yuba County District Attorney said that the central suspects in this operation were moving meth and fentanyl across the border from Mexico into California.
These were major players moving poison through our communities, and we couldn't just sit and watch it happen. We had to do something about it. And it's just tragic, and on all of us would just ask that you be praying for the officer's family and for his law enforcement community that's also grieving today.
The officer was an operator with the Yuba Sutter Regional SWAT team. He was transported to Rideout Hospital in Marysville, where he died of his injuries. The suspect was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, the district attorney told us to expect more details on the other 19 search warrants that were executed across Northern California today as well. The arrests that had been made, we should learn more about all of this in the coming 24 to 48 hours. Reporting live in Marysville, Luke Clary, ABC 10.
All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises due to the Most High. If you notice during that video where an officer was shot, Osmar Rodarte, they never showed the person who shot the officer, even though that officer had been killed and you saw the procession. So that news video was a little bit after the shooting where they could have shown the public the individual. Now I'm going to play another video that gives you the identity of the individual who shot this cop, and guess what? You guessed it. It was the all-American white man. And this happened in March of this year, but there was no major fanfare or no condemnation of violence against police, because as we have seen, when violence is perpetrated against police and it's a white person, it is focusing more on the police death as opposed to the heinousness of the crime. And I'm going to pause right here to give you a chance to make a statement against this double standard. As you all know, with the death of Charlie Kirk, a lot of people have been blaming black people. HBCUs have gotten threats, and everything is directed. All of the anger is directed towards black people and Asians and Muslims and everyone else, when it was a white person who shot him. So shout out to my brother CG out in Los Angeles, because he has given you a chance to make a bold and blatant statement to the constituency that want to blame blacks for everything. Now I'm going to show you these t-shirts right here. As you see, it says, "I am black and I did not kill Charlie Kirk." Here's another one. We are colored and we did not kill Charlie Kirk. And I am black and I didn't kill Charlie Kirk. Now, these shirts are available on his website. And here you see the website. And I'm going to put the website in the description box as well as on the screen. You see the different versions of the shirt. I am black and I did not kill Charlie Kirk. I am brown and I did not kill Charlie Kirk. I am Muslim and I did not kill Charlie Kirk. I am Arab and I did not kill Charlie Kirk. And I am Asian and did not kill Charlie Kirk. So there's something on the website for everyone. And so if you do want to support that cause, make a statement, you can go to the website right there, www.merchyear.com/YagerLife, and order your shirt. I think they're $16 or $18, but this is a way for you to make a statement without making a statement. Now, back to this video. Once again, it is about a white man who was trafficking drugs across the border. As you heard the person say, major players. And when these police officers were coming to serve a warrant, they were met by gunfire. One officer was killed, and apparently another officer injured or killed this suspect, whom mysteriously they don't think that the public needs to know the person who took the life of this officer. But here is another video that's going to give you details of that. And you guys tell me what you think about this in the comments. And this video is fair use for literary and commentary purposes only. Just watch.
Tonight with a tribute to fallen Marysville officer Osmar Rodarte. The officer was a 2-year veteran of the Marysville Police Department and a U.S. Army veteran. He was working with the Yuba Sutter Narcotic and Gang Enforcement Task Force, known as Net 5. He was shot and killed while serving a search warrant yesterday morning in Olivehurst. The task force was serving 20 warrants following a years-long investigation.
And his death marks the first line-of-duty death in more than 100 years for the Marysville Police Department. Today, people lined the streets to pay their respects. A procession started at the Lakeside Colonial Chapel and ended at a morgue in Roseville.
I can't remember a time like this when one of our officers, that this happened, you know, and it's sad. It's sad. And it's, you know, he's so young.
I'm here to support the officer that passed away, and my daughter and her wife, they both work with the officer.
The Marysville Police Department was effectively closed today as people paid their respects.
Tonight, we're learning more about a suspect investigators say was shot and killed during the shootout yesterday morning. They say 60-year-old Rick David Oliver was hit by return gunfire and pronounced dead in his home on Kestrel Court. He has a criminal history. This booking photo is from 2011.
ABC 10's Garshpal Sangha has new information from Roseville tonight.
Chris and Laura, the investigation into this deadly officer-involved shooting continues, and all day today, people have been coming by to the Marysville Police Department headquarters to pay their respects. You can see signs, flowers, honoring Officer Osmar Rodarte, and we're learning a little bit more about the operation and also the suspect involved. The Yuba County community is still reeling after the death of Officer Osmar Rodarte, who was on a regional SWAT team helping serve a search warrant against the transnational drug trafficking network.
Pay our respects and show our symbol of gratitude for his dedication and his sacrifice.
The tight-knit community coming to remember and honor the officer.
Something like this is felt throughout the first responder community.
It's just shocking, honestly, to have something hit so close to home.
The person law enforcement say returned gunfire and killed Officer Rodarte was 60-year-old Rick David Oliver, who was killed in a shootout. Oliver, a man with a criminal history that includes crimes against 2011. Court records show he failed to appear in court. A newspaper report at the time he fled to Nevada, but was eventually arrested. The Olivehurst home where the events unfolded sat quietly in this cul-de-sac as the home was sealed off.
My wife and I were sleeping, and we heard just this loud noise. It went boom.
Benjamin Bramatis lives nearby. For some, the incident has shaken their sense of security.
Kind of like keep to ourselves, and it's like there was never anything that said that there was something like that happening here. Sure. Like I said, because it's so quiet here.
Law enforcement officials have confirmed 6 arrests were made in Butte and Tehama counties, but the full scope of the operation remains unclear. But the impact this loss is having remains clear.
I have a friend, her dad, he knew him and she knew him, and she couldn't make it to bring him flowers, so I brought flowers for her. And, you know, to seeing her today, she was heartbroken. And from what I've, like, all the stories of how he was an amazing guy and a good father.
And fundraising efforts are underway. The nonprofit Back the Badge, Yuba Sutter, is handing over all donations for the next 30 days to the family. And for more information on those donations and how you can access, that will be listed under this story on abc10.com. Reporting in Marysville, Garge Paul Sunga, ABC 10.
All right, and so you see it, you hear it. That guy, Rick David Oliver, was on the run for some sex crimes against minors. And so he had a extensive criminal history, but they kind of brushed over that. They talked about him for about 15 seconds, and then they go on to talk about, once again, the officer and the fallen officer, and, all of the memorials and family members who work with the officers and people crying and making donations and, memorials. All of those things are well and good, but where is the tough on crime? This gotta stop. The National Guard coming in to, stop these violent criminals from murdering police officers. Now, this is just one of many that I've learned about while researching this phenomenon of people killing police officers. And we have seen, or I have seen, that the majority of police officers who are being killed by white men. And so why is it that the majority of the people who are being shot, killed, beat up, whatever, by police are black people? So how does that make sense? This is called displaced anger, because white men and women are mad that white men are killing police. And then so those police get out to the black community. Okay, well, these Negroes got to pay for it, which should not be the case. And that's why I like my brother's shirt. Okay, look, we didn't kill Charlie Kirk. Y'all did. So why are y'all mad at us? And the same with these police shootings. Black men are not wantonly out shooting and harming police. It is the white constituency. And so that is why we must be careful when, we're buying into the dangerous black man aspect. Why did he run? The police felt violent. He shouldn't have did this. He shouldn't have did this. White men do it, shoot at police and get taken in alive. And so there is the double standard. That is what we see. And that is why we must continue to address this disparity and expose these things as such. And so once again, I thank you guys for watching the video. Once again, if you do want one of those I Didn't Kill Charlie Kirk shirts, you can go to the website. Shout out once again to my brother CG from Los Angeles. But also, I thank you guys for watching this video. You see the number 919-587-7782. If you do like this content, please subscribe. It helps the channel grow. But nevertheless, I thank you for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the video. And most of all, I pray you have peace and blessings.